Okay, well, it looks like King's Quest did. I had taken a quick poll, and it looks like King's Quest did get the most votes. So let's see if we can switch over to that. It'll take me a second. Sorry about that. There we go. I'm actually going to stop this and switch over to King's Quest and see how this streams. I did test it the other day and it worked pretty well, but we'll see what happens. Let's see. Waha! Right. So, quick check on that. How is that? Does it look okay? Does it sound okay? If there's problems, someone yell at me. Let's see. Awesome. Great. If it's too loud, let me know and I can turn it down a little bit. Possibly. I make no promises. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this
here you
series.
Are. Oh, you're still not thinking about Cassima, are you?
I suppose I am.
God.
Son, it's
got some amazing graphics.
You've got to pull yourself together. After all, you only met her that once.
I know.
Have you discovered anything about the land of the Green Isles?
No. No one's even heard of it. It's like she's just vanished.
I wish I could help. Please try to think about something else, dear.
I'll try, Mother.
Right.
Alexander, I feel so alone. I don't know what to do. Alexander, I wish you were here.
Cassima! Wait! Mother! Mother, come quick!
Yeah. For the time period,
Alexander,
it was pretty high tech.
You're white as a ghost.
Mother, I saw Cassima. She was in the mirror.
In the mirror? The magic mirror?
Yes! And it showed me how to
And there's
find
voice
her.
acting.
How?
The stars! I saw the stars outside her window. I can navigate by the stars.
Oh, Alexander, if you really go...
It will be all right, Mother. I promise.
Those are some nice water effects. And a seagull. This is really good for the early night. Yeah. Thank you very much, Jags, for updating the title for me. It's a, yeah, the seagull scene's a little weird. This is very nostalgic for me though, man. This is... It kind of looks like he stuck that through his eye. Isn't that how they did it? Yeah, they just jammed it through their eye. Like, okay, good. Land ho.
Land ho!
Oh, see,
Land ho! Land ho!
That is a crew. That's why pirates have that eye patch. Yeah, you only get a couple tries at using that. Wow. As the ship nears the shore, day turns to night and the sea turns violent. Dot, 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 dot. Oh no. I did see it there. It was amazing at the time. Now it's kind of laughable. But at the time it was really amazing. I was a little kid too. King's Quest 3 had a point where if you did something in the wrong order, you couldn't progress. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. King's Quest 3 was rough. To me, King's Quest 3 is probably the roughest in the series. It dropped like a rock, yeah. It dropped like when you missed the platform in Castlevania. It just went... Roberta Williams. Text and dialogue. Jane Jensen. That name sounds very familiar. Jane. Did she do, did she have anything to do with the Gabriel Knight series? When this came out? Yeah. I wasn't... I mean, I don't know. I don't actually know what year this came out. But I was a kid.
Alexander awakens to find himself on an unfamiliar beach. For a moment, he is too dazed to remember how he got here.
She's the wife of a serial
Then
killer gangster.
He does
Wow.
remember. The shipwreck. The sea. Just as he had seen his men safely into the lifeboats, a gigantic wave picked him up and tossed him overboard into the churning sea. That was the last he'd seen of his crew. Debris from the shipwreck is scattered along the shore, but of the lifeboats and his men, there is thankfully no trace. He can only hope and pray that the lifeboats survived the currents, and that his men made their way safely back to Devontree.
Okie dokie. Yeah, that's probably all alright. I'm gonna go ahead and save. I'm gonna be really creative with my save. Why does this look so familiar? Oh, this one was 92. Yeah, I was a kid. I was a very little kid.
Alexander picks up his royal insignia ring from the beach.
Okay.
The beach is covered with a fine-grained white sand.
I was -1. Yeah.
Alexander pushes the plank to one side. A box has been partially buried under sand. There's a copper coin in the treasure
Yeah.
box. The coin bears the seal of Daventry and King Graham's noble face.
It has a narrative, yeah. Yeah, you guys don't have to hear me go, ah, repeatedly.
Alexander takes the coin and leaves the ruined box where it is.
Hi, Chrissy. Are you saying that's why Ellie doesn't want to come stay with me? That went to your hermit having to reference a specific word or picture on a page. Yeah, to prove you owned it. Yep. There's gonna be a little of that in this. I've got the manual. I'm actually, before we get to that point, I'm gonna try and print that little part out just so I don't have to alt tab, because DOSBox acts a little weird when I alt tab. So
A grand old tree stretches its luxurious limbs out over the crossroads. In the distance, a majestic castle shines in the sun.
I was actually playing Ultima 7 not that long ago, and it has those two, the piracy check. And if you get it wrong, everyone starts oinking at you, and you can't continue any further. And if you talk to him, it just says oink, oink, oink across the screen, and I'm like, all right. I may need to up his speed a little bit. It's past 2 a.m., so I'm headed. Good night, Chrissy. I hope you sleep well. Take care. Thank you for stopping in. Hope tomorrow goes well. We have guard dogs.
2 guards take their stance in front of the castle doors. They look quite fierce and have the stiff, blank
Good night,
expression of
Sony.
soldiers
Take
on
care.
formal duty.
Again, King's Quest. Thanks for playing Fantasy Star the Board. Awesome. Yeah. I hope you have a really good night, Sony. Sleep well. I know it's getting late overseas.
Alexander politely addresses the odd-looking guards at the castle doors, hoping to learn more about his predicament.
Good day to you, guards. I was cast upon this island in a storm, and I'm a little confused about my location. Could you tell me what place this is and who lives in this castle?
Hey, what is that you say? A castaway? A likely story. We haven't had any foreigners in this part since Alhazred arrived.
Don't be so rude, Gruff. He's not asking for any secrets. You're standing on the Isle of the Crown, lad, and this is the Castle of the Crown. The royal family resides here. Rather, what's left of the royal family.
The Isle of the Crown. But tell me, am I anywhere near the land of the Green Isles?
This is the land of the Green Isles. The
Nice.
Isle of the Crown is the main island, foolish boy.
Then Princess Cassima must live in this very castle.
Aye, the princess is indeed our treasured jewel to guard, and we consider it an honor.
An honor. All right. Is that it?
Excuse me, guardsmen. Guard dogs. I've been traveling for months to see Princess Cassima. I would like an audience, please.
I'm sorry, but the princess is not receiving visitors, particularly not strangers.
So, Zen, if you're still here, have you played much of the King's Quest series? Did you play King's Quest 3? But look, I have my ring. Me.
Alexander decides to show his royal insignia ring to the Castle of the Crown Guards. With all of his papers lost in the shipwreck, it is the only possible calling card he can think of.
Good day. I'm Prince Alexander of Daventry. I'm an acquaintance of Princess Cassima. If you could just inform her that I'm here, please.
So everyone says. Let me just look at that ring.
What does it say, Gruff?
Kingdom of Daventry, Prince Alexander. Wait here while I go see what Captain Saladin thinks of this.
I played some of the King's Quest series. I haven't finished the earlier ones.
The guard returns a moment later with a majestic-looking creature. Captain Saladin speaks with a voice that is gentle, but reflects a will of iron.
Prince Alexander of Daventry, I presume. I'm afraid I'm unfamiliar with your country, but I'm sure Vizier Alhazred will want to meet you, if indeed you are a friend of the princess. Please, follow me.
I like the voice acting in this.
Lord Alhazred, a visitor to see you. Prince Alexander of Daventry.
What is it that you seek, Prince Alexander?
You just want to give him a treat, yeah. Here, have a
Pardon
bone.
the intrusion, my lord. But I came to see Princess Cassima. Some months ago, my father, King Graham, saved my family and I from imprisonment under an evil wizard named Mordak.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to get my mouse out of the way.
Kidnapped the princess?
There's no place to put this
Exactly.
crown.
When my father rescued us, he also liberated Cassima and sent her home.
Then your father has my gratitude, and that of the entire kingdom. But I'm afraid I still fail to see the purpose of your visit.
Well, I came to make sure that Cassima arrived safely and to pay my respects. Before we parted, she gave me an invitation to visit.
I have no doubt she did exactly that at the time, Prince Alexander. However, things have greatly changed for Cassima since her ordeal in Mordak's castle. Cassima's parents both became ill and died while she was gone. Cassima is sequestered in mourning for them as befits a princess. She is not receiving visitors of any kind. Even if she were, I do not think your visit would be appropriate. You see, it is time for Cassima to take her responsibilities seriously. With her parents gone, she no longer has the luxury to be a carefree maiden. As was her parents' wish, Cassima and I are to be wed. We shall rule the kingdom together. I assure you, our marriage is all Cassima wants now. As a prince and a gentleman, it would be best that you leave before there is any further embarrassment.
I see.
I
I
don't like
suppose
this
that
guy.
I was mistaken. I thought for certain that Cassima... Well, I apologize.
A young man sees what he wishes to see. I'm sorry you've wasted your time traveling to the land of the Green Isles. May your journey home be swift.
Perhaps I will take the opportunity to look around
Without
your
my
fair
boat.
land while I'm here.
I would advise
The boat
against
that
that.
sank.
The kingdom is rather, shall we say, inhospitable these days. But it is your neck. You may risk it if you please. Captain Saladin will escort you from the castle. Good day.
Good day.
You have had your hearing with Vizier Alhazred. I trust you will respect his wishes and not return. I have been instructed not to let you into the castle again. Good day, my lord.
Captain Saladin whispers something to the guard dogs at the castle gate, and they nod with understanding.
Alright. So, probably not getting in that way.
Alexander has a feeling they won't be letting him into the castle again.
Yes. I don't like that guy. I need to adjust his speed. Alexander's out for a nice little stroll. Speed. Let's bump it up just a little bit. Play. Not really sure that did a whole lot.
The peddler's pole provides convenient transportation of the lamp seller's wares. There are 6 new lamps on the pole. An old beggar is peddling his wares in the village. He offers a variety of lamps, all neatly lined up on a long pole.
Old lamps for new!
The Tetris block.
Old lamps for new!
Good day, peddler.
Good day, sir. If you would like to get one of my fine new lamps, I'll need an old lamp in trade.
Isn't it a rather bad business? Taking old lamps and giving new lamps in exchange?
Well, there's always a chance that I'll find a genie. If I had a genie, well, I'd be richer than a king. Besides, there's always a roaring business in antique luminaries.
Alright, so he wants a lamp. I'll be saving a lot to see her again.
Good day.
Hello.
Good day, merchant. What can you tell me about the land of the Green Isles?
I can tell you she is in a dark time. Without the ferry, communication between the islands has ground to a halt, and so nearly has my business. Why the long ages of peace have ended, and why the crown has not done something about it is beyond me. But then, I am a shopkeeper, not a politician, and can only hope for better days.
I kind of like that they did guard dogs. I mean, it's kind of an interesting thing to have guard dogs posted at the front gate. I like this guy too. He's kind of cool. The pawn shop.
Alexander takes a closer look at the items on the counter.
I have no idea.
I'm interested in that mechanical nightingale on the counter.
What do you desire to give me in trade? The items on the front counter are all of equally slight value, worth only a copper or 2. They are handy items nonetheless.
Does he have bat wings by there? Look at that. He's got like wings by there. Can I have the wings?
I have this copper coin. Is it of any value to you at all?
Most interesting. I have never seen a Daventry coin before, but it is copper genuine enough. I might even find a buyer who is interested in foreign currency. The items on the front counter are the only things in the store that I can let go for the price of 1 copper. You may make your choice from there.
Alexander looks at the items on the counter to make his selection.
Let's take the nightingale.
That mechanical nightingale looks intriguing. I believe I'll take it.
Very well. Your coin is well spent. Remember, this is a pawn shop. I am always willing to take back my own goods in trade.
I'll remember. Thank you.
Okay, cool. I think that noise means that I've done something. I did something I was supposed to do. So I've got a nightingale. I still have my ring. Still can't get into the palace. I think
Hello.
so, yeah.
I will be right up.
You'd be able to trade the nightingale
Now,
for the brush if you need
what
to. I
can
think
I
so.
do for you?
I don't know. Give me a way into
There's
the castle.
a small table near the door that bears a sign. The sign has undergone a number of changes. It once read 10 pence, but that was crossed out and replaced with 5 pence, then 1 pence, then free. The sign currently reads, "Take one, please."
Poor
Only
guy.
one book remains on the table. It
Just
looks
get
like
it
the
out.
bookshop owner really wants to get rid of that book. Alexander picks up the book from the small table.
Oh, yes, please, take that book. You have my most humble thanks for doing so, good sir.
Poor dude.
Thanks.
It's like, please, just get it out of my shop.
Good day, sir.
The mysterious old man just ignores Alexander.
Alright, that's rude.
There's a book entitled The Changing Role of Court Entertainers Through the Ages on the small table in the reading area. It appears that some regular customer likes that book.
Oh, cool.
These shelves hold a collection of oddly titled guidebooks. Alexander notices such books as How to Become King with Little or No Rupees Down, Finding the Right Girl with the Right Dowry, and Why Good Princesses Like Bad Wizards.
Good day, sir. I'm a stranger in this land. What can you tell me about the land of the Green Isles?
That is quite a question, young man. Who are you, and what would you have me tell you?
My name is Alexander. I know I'm on the Isle of the Crown, but I'd like to know whatever you can tell me about this island, and if there are other islands nearby.
You are indeed a stranger. Anxious is the man who knows not the customs of the land beneath his feet. This island is called the Isle of the Crown, because the royal family's castle is here.
That makes sense.
Besides the castle, we also have this village, and the docks over to the west. There are at least 3 other islands: the Isle of the Sacred Mountain, the Isle of the Beast, and the Isle of Wonder.
At least 3? Does no one know for certain?
He sounds so shocked by that.
This is no ordinary land, Alexander. The land of the Green Isles has always been a place of vague boundaries, as if islands come and go. Legend speaks of a 4th island, an isle shrouded in mists. I myself have never seen it. Then, too, the land of the Green Isles is said to exist on the boundaries of this world and the next. Even darker places are reputed to be closer
Sounds like a dangerous
here
place to
than
sail a boat.
anywhere else in the world.
That's quite a claim.
Claim, yes, but probably just local superstition. We who live here on the Isle of the Crown, at least, sleep well enough at night.
Those first 3 islands you mentioned, how might I learn more about them?
Ideally, a young man seeking such knowledge would travel to their shores and learn about them firsthand. Meeting the leaders of each place would be helpful, naturally. Unfortunately, the ferry no longer runs between the islands. There has been much political unrest, and it has been too dangerous to travel for years. Perhaps the ferryman can tell you more. He has little enough to do these days. And if you haven't been there already,
He's bored, go talk to him.
you might seek an audience at the castle.
Yeah, I tried that.
Thank you kindly, merchant, for all your good advice.
Creepy dude threw
but
me out.
advice is free, Alexander. Making use of it costs much more.
An antique leather-bound book is displayed on a little stand on the counter. On the elaborate cover is the title, Ye Useful Book of Magic Spells.
Ooh, can I have that? Give me that.
How much for that book on the counter, merchant?
It is a fine book, is it not? I obtained it from the estate of the one and only magician this kingdom has ever had. Poofed himself into an aardvark in the end, or so I heard.
An aardvark?
I never found the spells all that useful myself, but then I lead a boring life. I tell you what, if you can find another rare book, something a bit more marketable, I might be willing to exchange the spell book for it.
So everybody just trades stuff in this town. Does this...
Would you be interested in this ring?
It is a stunning ring, but I do not deal with jewelry and personal effects. Books and hard gold are all I can handle. You might check with my neighbor next door, though. He deals in such things.
Feel like...
How fare you, merchant?
Quite well, thank you. I just finished a wonderful book on geological...
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I guess that's it. He won't talk to me.
Alexander is not interested in those self-help books.
Why not?
Volumes of poetry are on display on this bookshelf. Thinking of Cassima, Alexander decides to leaf through one of the volumes of love poetry. He reads, Thy hair, thy lips, thy beauteous face, and all thy studied female grace have won for thee anon a place within this broken breast. Not bad. And another.
Not bad.
Upon the shore the lilies bend, untouched by worldly care, where shadow they her earthly bed, oh, that she were not there. Yikes.
Still Penguin, if you're still here, have you played any of the King's Quest series?
What power has chained me through and through, and binds my heart with links so tight, I cannot live without the sight of you? What nameless thing has captured me, and made me powerless to flee? What thing is it without a name, that brings my mind e'er back the same to thee? The name of love cannot apply. Its commonness does not decry the haunted, hunted, painful cry that my heart makes for you, that e'er my soul eternal makes for you.
A little close to home, that one.
Alexander returns the love poem book to the shelf.
Oh. Grim Pendango, like the only one. Okay. I haven't played that one.
A page has fallen from the poem book.
I played a couple point and click.
Alexander is not interested in those self-help books.
No, I don't want the self-help books. I wanted the page there.
Alexander picks up the fallen
Clicked
page.
on the wrong pixel.
It's the love poem he particularly liked. It must have fallen out of the poetry book.
I see that old volume has lost another page. You may keep it if you like, sir. I have glued the stubborn thing back in place 2 times already.
I do rather like it. Thank you, merchant.
Alright. Cool. Well, I don't know what the creepy old dude wants. But he said to try talking to some fairy dude.
There's a young girl in the yard. The girl is dressed in a long, plain orange robe with a thick headdress. From the appearance of her clothes, and from a skittish, fearful look about her, Alexander gets the strong impression that she is a servant, or even worse, a slave. The serving girl appears to be stealing a quiet moment tending the rose bushes.
I mostly, out of the point-and-click adventures that I've played, they've mostly been,
You lazy thing!
Wow.
Get back to work and stay away from those roses! I've told you 1,000,000 times, those flowers are too sweet for the likes of you!
Jeez.
You've still got to do the breakfast dishes, make lunch, and clean the stables yet this morning! And get your veil back on! No one wants to look at your face!
Yes, stepmother.
Damn, she's
Red
something.
roses beautifully cover the top
Most
of the
of the
house's
point-and-click
fence and
adventures
gate
that
arbor.
I've played have been Sierra ones, which, you know, is a good and bad thing, I guess. Okay.
Hey, stranger, come join me. The water is wonderful, and I can show you the way to the next island.
I don't like this music.
Come on, jump in. A little water won't hurt you.
A young boy is happily swimming in the sea off the docks.
I feel like I should probably not go in the water with him.
That's strange. The young boy in the water just disappeared. Oh well, perhaps he just dove under the water.
Yeah, that's totally what that looked like.
Yeah, what do you want?
Alexander promises himself that he...
No, I'm not...
Excuse me.
There we go.
My name is Alexander. The owner of the bookshop in the village told me you might be able to help me.
The Monkey Island games, those are pretty good. I haven't played it myself, but I've watched it, and I really enjoyed
old
those.
Allie sent you? I can't see why. The
I probably
ferry's
should
not
play
running,
those at
you
some
know.
point.
I understand. I'd just like to talk to you about the islands if you don't mind.
Well, I guess it'd be all right if Allie sent you. Well, don't just stand there. Come on inside.
All right.
What is it you wanted to talk about, young man?
How to get off this
I'm
island.
a visitor to these islands. I'd like to learn what I can about the area.
So you said outside. What is it you want to know?
Well, for one thing, why has the island's only ferry been dry docked?
Huh. It just ain't safe to sail these days. What with the islands feuding and all. Wazir
Probably that
Al-Hazred
advisor with
ordered the
his
ferry
creepiness.
closed till things settled down. Me, I don't think
Doesn't
she'll
want
ever see
anybody coming
water
to see
again.
Cassima.
But why are the islands feuding?
You got me. Something about stolen property or some such thing. 'Tis a real shame. Things used to be so friendly.
Then this unrest is recent.
A few years is all, but it's been long enough.
Perhaps if the ferry were repaired.
This old thing? This ferry's been out of water so long she's no longer even seaworthy. Her boards have dry rot. She'd fall apart at the first taste of seawater.
But there must be some way to get off this island.
There's only one other way to travel that I know of. A magic map. The owner of the
yeah.
pawn shop can tell you more about that than I can, Alexander.
The owner of the pawn shop's holding out on
Tell me more about the ferry.
I remember when I used to ferry Queen Ilaria and Princess Cassima themselves. There was no thought of danger back then. They used to go visiting to care for the needy and to keep up the friendly relations between the islands.
Why did the music get creepy?
I remember their last trip.
things had started getting nasty by then, and when they came back aboard, I gathered that the Queen and the Princess had been received
I'm already
a bit
gonna have the
coldly.
song stuck in my head.
Princess Cassima was such a pretty thing, and she was terribly upset. But who could be spreading these lies, she asked the Queen, but the Queen had no answer.
There's a rabbit's foot on the table. It seems the ferryman is counting on a little luck.
I see you have a rabbit's foot.
So I'm gonna steal it from
Has
him.
it brought you much luck?
As you can see, my luck's been out for some time now, despite that old charm. Why don't you take it with you? Perhaps giving the darn thing away will bring me good fortune at last.
Perhaps it will at that.
Alright.
Thank you.
I'll take your unlucky rabbit's foot.
Well, I think I'll be going now. Thanks for allowing me into your home.
Posh, not at all. It breaks the
Posh.
boredom, if you know what I mean.
No. I was trying to click the walk button. See, the other one that I played, King's Quest 3, you couldn't just click on the destination to get there. You had to, like, really guide him between each little step, or he'll, like, not make it. So the pawn shop dude has a magic map, eh? Oh,
Good day.
you talk to me now?
Good day, sir.
The old man just glares at Alexander and does not reply.
Alright.
Excuse
old
me,
man.
merchant, but the ferryman mentioned that you might have a magic map of the land of the Green Isles.
Why, as a matter of fact, I do. I keep it under the counter. It's been gathering dust so long that I nearly forgot about it. It was quite a few years ago, you see. The estate of a wealthy wizard fell into my hands when he died. It was useless magical junk mostly, which reminds me, I've still got some things of his in the back that I need to dump out. Anyway, the magic map was the one true treasure in the
feel
lot.
like that's
The
significant.
wizard was quite old and feeble, and had enchanted the map to aid in traveling. It is said that one need only desire to be on an island depicted on the map to find oneself there. It is a very valuable map, as you can imagine. Unfortunately, no one is interested in traveling these days. It is far too dangerous with the current state of the kingdom.
What would you take for the map?
I would normally want something magic in return, but since I am hardly overrun with prospective buyers, I would be willing to take anything of equal value in exchange.
What about my ring? It's like all I have.
Would you be willing to take my family ring in exchange for
Take
the
my
magic map?
family heirloom, dude.
Daventry, are you a king then?
No, that's my father, King Graham. I'm just Alexander.
Well, Prince Alex, she is a beautiful ring. Are you sure you can part with such a unique family heirloom?
The ring does mean a lot to me. I didn't always have a family, you know. Still, it is only gold. There are more important things at stake now.
Then you now own a magic map, Prince Alex. I will keep your ring out of sight for a few days. If you find anything else of great value in your travels, you can come back for your ring. I would hate to see it melted down for gold. And a warning about the map. It will only operate when you are out in the open and within sight of the sea. The limitation has something to do with the teleport spell ingredients. You might try the beach.
Thank you. You are very kind. And I'll remember about the map.
Oh.
Suddenly, the old man in the concealing cloak sneaks past Alexander, and with a sneaky dart of his hand, steals a mint from the candy jar. The old man stuffs the mint into his mouth and wobbles unsteadily out of the pawn shop.
He's booking it. Seconds later in the castle.
Master! I followed
And he's
Prince
drunk.
Alexander as you wished. From the pawn shop owner, he just abstained, just reprieved. He just got a magic map. You fool! You've been eating those mints again. I ordered you to stop that.
Right?
Yes, Master. Now, what is this about a magic map? With the map, Prince Alexander could travel anywhere as quickly,
What was in those mints?
as I can. I thought I took care of the only means of travel. By my scimitar, I can't have him stirring things up now. Get a hold of yourself and listen carefully, Shamir. Go to the other islands and tell them...
Interesting. Alright. So, dude and his, I guess, genie are spying on me. Give me one of those.
Alexander takes a mint.
Is it really just a mint?
The small green mint looks very tasty.
Okay. Oh, Evie's. So he said try the beach.
A nightingale perches on a high branch of the tree. She sings the most beautiful song Alexander has ever heard.
Hmm. No, not that. This.
Alexander pulls out his magic map.
Isle of the Beast, Isle of the Sacred Mountain, Isle of Wonder. And we're on the Isle of the Crown. Let's try...
Alexander feels a
Wonder
strange
first.
pulling sensation.
Strange pulling sensation.
One of the oysters is sitting up in bed and doesn't look very happy. He seems to be the only one who can't sleep. In the oyster's mouth, Alexander can see a glint of white.
Why aren't you asleep like the other oysters?
Oh, I'm so weary, but I can't sleep.
Oh, that voice.
I have a terrible ache in my mouth.
What's wrong with your mouth?
No offense, but it hurts too much to talk.
Alright. So he's tired and he can't sleep.
If you're having trouble sleeping, perhaps you'd like me to read to you.
Hey, that would be great.
2 dulcimers raised to the degree of 40 half-dulcimers,
Oh my gosh.
divided into equal parts by the third of a
What?
couple of
What is
grouse
this
geese,
story?
put over the result of 10 fine mackles,
What
by
is this
small
fuck?
fine mackles, stretched over the total of 53 1/8 bottles of wild beast lard,
Oh my god, am I supposed to click on
yields
that?
a gilded minnow of precise measure.
Alexander makes a grab for the pearl.
Hey, you fixed my mouth. It feels great.
That was a speed yawn.
Ah, the little oyster drifts into peaceful slumber with the rest of his oyster friends.
Yay. I guess that's snoring. I'm going to assume that's snoring. Can I go?
Alexander hears someone coming.
Oh no.
"5 fierce guards of the isle we be. Watch for a foreign man," said he, "with ears and nose, tongue, hands, and eyes. Its nature cannot be disguised. If man it be, then man it dies.
I remember that. Ah!
Old Control, smell your smell. Do that which you do so well."
But I also don't think I have the things I need to pass this.
Alexander pulls out his magic map.
If I remember right, you're supposed to each of the little dwarves has a special test that you have to pass. So that one has a really big nose.
Alexander feels a
so
strange
you need to find a way
pulling
to make them
sensation.
not smell that you're human. And I don't have anything stinky. But on that note, I'm going to leave it here for tonight. This King's Quest is probably not one that I'm going to stream straight through. I was thinking I may alternate between King's Quest 6 and possibly Tales, the Tales game. In my poll I had asked about Tales of Berseria, I believe. I would like to do Tales of Symphonia, but I'm waiting for that to be released on the PlayStation. They had announced that they were going to be doing a Tales of Symphonia release on the PlayStation. So I'm looking forward to that. So in the meantime, I was thinking I'd play one of the other Tales games. Yes, the remaster's coming soon. I love that game. So the next stream could possibly be one of the Tales games. Or I believe Undertale also had a vote. So yeah. So we'll see what happens with that one. And I hope that you guys have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for hanging out. I enjoyed playing Phantasy Star 4. That game was a lot of fun. And I'm looking forward to seeing more of King's Quest 6. It has been, I don't know, I was like 5 or something when I played this. So I don't really remember a lot of it. I remember some of the weird little rhymes that they did, but that's about it. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great evening. And thanks for hanging out, and I'll catch you next time. Have a good night. Bye.